a Vase match between Long Eaton United and Coventry United. The half-time score, Long Eaton 2, Coventry 1, thanks to two headers from Long Eaton defender Rob McCormack. A Chris Cox penalty halved the gap just before the interval, but United still will return from the break a goal down. Today's coverage here on Coventry United Matchday is, as always, sponsored by Graham the Plumbers Merchant, the official shirt sponsor of Coventry United and official partner of Coventry United Matchday. Operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Right, let's get into the half-time scores from around the grounds. And let's start off with the Premier League scores. Bournemouth 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. That's a full-time score. In half-time matches, Arsenal 0, Middlesbrough 0. Burnley 1, Everton 0. It's a surprising one. Everton flying high in the league so far this season. Hull City 0, Stoke City 1. Leicester 1, Crystal Palace 0. Swansea 0, Watford 0, and West Ham 0, Sunderland 0. In the Championship, Aston Villa 0, Fulham 0, Brentford 0, Barnsley 1, Bristol City and Blackburn Rovers, Huddersfield and Derby County, they're drawing 0-0. Newcastle 1, Ipswich 0. There's also 0-0 draws between Norwich and Preston and Rotherham and Reading. Sheffield Wednesday lead QPR by 1-0, and there are also stalemates in the games between Wigan and Brighton and Wolves and Cardiff. Some more goals in League One. In fact, actually, there isn't a game in League One which hasn't got a goal so far. Bradford 1, Sheffield United 1, Chesterfield 0, Scunthorpe 0. I tell you, like, there's one. Coventry City 1, Rochdale 0. The Sky Blues leading thanks to Dan Agyei. Gillingham 1, Charlton 0, Millwall 1, Fleetwood 0, MK Dons 0. Southend 2, Oldham 0, Bristol 1, Peterborough 0, Wimbledon 1, Port Vale 0. Oxford 2, Shrewsbury 1, Northampton 2, and Swindon 0, Walsall 1. And finally in League 2, Blackpool 2, Doncaster 1, Colchester 2, Morecambe 1, Crawley 0, Accrington 0, Crewe 0, Yeovil 0, Exeter 0, Cambridge 2, Grimsby 0, Cheltenham 1, Hartlepool 1, Leyton Orient 0, Luton 0, Mansfield 1, Newport 0, Plymouth 1, Portsmouth 1, Notts County 1, Stevenage 1, Carlisle 1, and Morecambe 0, Barnet 0. Those are the half-time scores from around the grounds. Of course, the big one is Coventry City lead Rochdale by 1-0 at the Ricoh Arena, thanks to a goal from Burnley loanee Dan Agyei. But here at Grange Park, it's going to be a 45-minute period of hard work and dedication, which hopefully will see Coventry United come out on top. But of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's take you through the starting lineups once again. Firstly, for Coventry United, number 1, Joe Connor. 2, Pierre Mudem. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Jean Decouri. 5, Callum Burgess. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Chris Cox. 9, Mikael Beckley. 10, Josh O'Grady. And number 11 is Muzzy Nduna. On the bench, number 12, Rob Prinzel. 13, David Allen. 14, Tommy Glasgow. 15, Tom King. And 16, Dylan Utshudi. Now for Long Eaton, who just come out of the tunnel as I speak. Number 1, Jamie Hannes. 2, Josh Raven. 3, Paul Riley. 4, Rob McCormack. Number 5, Paul Lister. 6, Jamie McKeever. 7, Andy Todd. 8, Michael Towie. 9, Jerome O'Connor. Number 10, Kevin Hemagu. And 11, Blair Anderson. On the bench, number 12, Sean Rickford. 14, Niall Rodney. 15, Theo Smith. 16, Gary Suchevitz. And 17, Luke Randall. So, of course, United 2-1 down at the moment. Coventry United, I should say. There are 2 Uniteds at today's match, of course. There's Long Eaton United, and there is also Coventry United. And so far, it is the Blue United, Long Eaton, which have the advantage at the moment. There is going to be a change for Coventry United. Rob Prinzel is coming on. I believe it is it's Jamie Coleman. Jamie Coleman is coming off. So the first change of the match is taking place with Rob Prinzel replacing Jamie Coleman, who we can only assume has picked up some sort of injury. Prinzel comes on. He's actually wearing the number 17 shirt. Well, here we go. Second half action. In the FA Vase first round, it's certainly not game over for Coventry United just yet. They are going to have to go some to beat Long Eaton from 2-0 down. They are now at 2-1, thanks to that Chris Cox penalty before the break. But it's certainly not going to be easy. Let's see what the Red and Greens can do as the second half gets underway with Mikael Beckley kicking things off for Coventry United. Booted upfield there by Moodham, and that's not the most productive of balls that's gone out for a throw-in for Long Eaton. Let's hope that the standard of play for United will be a little bit better than that during this second half. Of course, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday for the latest updates from the club and the show, and also use that same Twitter handle to get in touch about our Man of the Match award. As here come Long Eaton, Jerome O'Connor. He's got Todd and Himagu in the box. He's laid it off to Anderson. Burgess clears, but it'll come back to McKeever. Good challenge from behind by Cox. Thornton finishes the job. Here comes Josh O'Grady. Through ball looking for Mikael Beckley. Can Beckley get there? Mikael Beckley around. Oh, couldn't take it around the goalkeeper. If Beckley had got around Jamie Hannis, surely would have been 2-2, but Beckley couldn't quite round the number one. He couldn't miss him. He's in a bright orange goalkeeper shirt. You certainly wouldn't lose him in the dark, but United waste the first chance they have, but they've just been gifted another one as Moodham picks up the ball for a slip from Paul Riley. Moodham, he's got support in the centre, crosses it, and it's just about cut out there by, I believe that was Paul Lister, who got the decisive slide and the corner taken quickly. O'Grady, Thornton. And now Muzzy and Duna, oh, he couldn't make a clean contact on the ball, and it's picked up by Hannes. The Coventry United certainly starting the brighter of the two sides. Moodham nods it forward, but McKeever will head it once again towards one of his teammates, but they haven't been able to hold on to the ball. And Duna lays it off. Hudson, side challenge from Andy Todd. United lose the ball, but Thornton picks it once again. Todd couldn't reach the loose ball, and Thornton forced to play it back to Joe Connor in goal, who's forced to kick it out for a throw-in as Kevin Himagu makes inroads on the penalty area. Well, I've got a feeling this is going to be a cracking second half. Both teams look up for it. Both sides with a lot to win and a lot to lose in this second half. Checked across by O'Connor, blocked well. But it's fallen once again to Raven, puts it in. Here's Himagu. Can he turn and shoot? He tried, but it's well countered by Callum Burgess. O'Grady couldn't reach the loose ball. Riley tries to find Anderson on the left-hand side. Anderson puts it through past the defender, and it's shepherded out of play by Joe Connor. Coventry United